Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the February 27th council meeting to order at 5:30 p.m. And I want to thank everyone for being able to participate by Zoom due to the inclement weather. I'd like to call on Councillor Hunt to read the land acknowledgement, please.
I would like to acknowledge that the rural municipality of St. Andrews is located on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, Dene people, and the national homeland of the Red River Métis. We respect the spirit and intent of treaties, treaty making, and remain committed to working in partnership with First Nations, Inuit, Métis people in a spirit of truth, reconciliation, and collaboration.
Great, thank you. Item number 4, adoption of the agenda. Be it resolved that council adopt the agenda as amended with the removal of the following items. Item 5.1 and 5.2, reception of delegations. Due to the weather and by Zoom, they wish to appear in person, and that will be rescheduled to a later date. Could I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor Doornbos, seconder, Councillor Hunt. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Adoption of the minutes. Be it resolved that council adopt the February 13th, 2024 council meeting minutes as presented. Could I have a mover, please?
So moved.
Councillor Fiebelkorn, seconded by Councillor Slyker. Were there any errors or omissions? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Draft February 21st, 24 special council meeting minutes. Be it resolved that council adopt the February 21st, 2024 special council meeting minutes as presented. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Mondor, seconded by Deputy Mayor Doornbos. Any errors or omissions? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, council reports. Thanks everyone for submitting your reports. Does anybody have any questions on the reports? No. Okay, we'll move on. Management report, the January 2024 monthly progress reports, which were attached. Does anybody have any questions or comments on management report? Councillor Mondor?
I thought it was very well done. I want to, I guess, bring up the 17 Kelsey Trail in regards to, I guess, the cost going to Red River Mutual. I think the people on Kelsey Trail will be awfully thrilled with that, and hopefully things will move along to cleaning up the site in the spring. Also, just thank Jordan for all his hard work. And at this time, I was wondering if this might be an opportunity to talk about a, I guess we kind of discussed this earlier about a kind of a newsletter or something. When I noted the newsletter for the rec coordinator coming out, I'm wondering, I know when Brent came on board, he brought up kind of a special publication that West St. Paul had done. And I was wondering if maybe we could maybe discuss that at a later time, but soon, to kind of promote St. Andrews.
Go ahead, Brent.
Yeah, there's a newsletter that's being printed now and should be out in hopefully a couple of weeks. So we're dropping, it'll get printed. That'll probably be a week. And then we'll go to the postal code walk. So it's a 2023 in summary with some stories and pictures of what we did last year. So that should be out within the next couple of weeks at your door.
Okay, terrific.
Awesome. Okay, anybody else have any questions? No, I want to reiterate what Councillor Mondor said, and thanks for all the detailed reports to all administration, and the now reports for bylaw and fire departments are great info. They're very well done. And council gets a lot of needed information, so that's great. Thank you. Next item, number 8, bylaws and policies. Bylaw number 393, council indemnities. It's the first reading. So that was attached. There was discussion. and I believe the committee of the whole to remove the section. We're following the National Joint Commission rates, but then it was discussed, brought up to remove the providing of receipts. So Lisa has changed, it's on the, I had it marked, I'm sorry. It's in the bylaw that changes. So do I have comments by council? Councillor Slyker?
I thought about this, and I fully understand the realm of the $109 a day. I get that. I'm all for that. However, I'm just a wee bit stuck on the fact that we all campaigned on the premise of transparency. I'm a little stuck as to why we would not still have receipts attached with the structure of how this payment would take place. I just think that that just shows transparency to the taxpayers. St. Andrews has had a heck of a run for the few previous councils before us. There's been all kinds of stuff. I recall at one point in time there was front page news on the paper about indemnity issues with previous councils, and I realized that's none of us new ones. But I don't know, I just would feel more comfortable if, yeah, you get your $109, I'm all for that. But if you could attach your receipts, I'm not really understanding why that would be an issue. But I'll throw that out there for y'all.
Councillor Hunt?
Well, first of all, Councillor Slyker, thank you for slamming past councils. Just remember, all of us are going to be past councils one day, so it's not fair to slam past councils. Every government organization does it without receipts, so I'm fine with the discussion that we had at COW and carrying on with what was discussed. Thank you.
Any further comments? Councillor Fiebelkorn?
Yes, just when this all got brought up, it did get me thinking about in terms of the how it works. You know, this is only a 1 to 2 times a year where this per diem, the meal allowance comes up, and in terms of the how we do pay these costs up front, whether it's with our personal money or credit card, it is sometimes a burden to put that added costs onto us, especially if there's families that are budgeting money for the week, and now we're having to pay all of this money that we would typically just buy groceries for the week, and now we're somewhat forced to eat on the go, and all those added costs, and that takes away from my family's weekly budget or monthly budget, however we work that out. And I would almost like to suggest that the meal cost would be paid to that counselor the Friday before a conference, so that we have that money before we go, and we're not using our personal funds and waiting for reimbursement or incurring interest charges on our credit cards while we wait for that reimbursement, a month, potentially up to a month down the road. But just for thought, the receipts doesn't bother me. I'm fine with submitting receipts if like that. I have nothing to hide, so receipts I would totally supply those. Based on how other councils, our neighboring councils, how they run, if they don't have to show receipts and they get that allotment per day, I just don't understand why some municipalities or councils are running different, and why it appears that there's some trust on one side and not so much on the other. The whole transparency, I completely understand. But I mean, in terms of the meals that we would be having for that day, would probably come out close to that amount. So again, if there is a gala dinner, or if there is a meal supplied at the conference for that day, that is a known cost prior to even going to the conference. So we know that it wouldn't necessarily be 109 each day, depending on what's available at the conference. But just my thoughts.
Thank you. Any further comments? Councillor Slyker, you have your hand up?
I do. Thank you. I kind of agree with Councillor Fiebelkorn. I don't know if there's some kind of system that, you know, your daily per diem could be paid to each councillor before they go on these conferences. So you're not out money. And Councillor Fiebelkorn is right. Like, we all run on a budget. And if he's off somewhere that's taking money out of the grocery budget for everyone else that's back home, I really do agree with that. If that's an avenue that we need to look at, I'd be open to that for sure. I don't. Maybe Brent can. Are there any municipalities that pay their per diem before the people go, or is that a non-heard thing? Brent?
Well, being on council and talking to RMs all these years, no, that's not done ahead of time. It's a simple fact of providing a receipt, in my opinion. And I agree with what Councillor Slyker said. I agree with some of the comments Councillor Fiebelkorn said. However, if you're using your own money or you're in a personal business, that's fine. We are using someone else's money, the taxpayers, and we have to be accountable for their money. And if you want to have your money paid ahead, well, that's going to cause more hassle. If you provide a receipt, it doesn't, then staff is going to have to, you're going to have to pay back money. It's a bigger hassle than it's worth. All you have to do, this whole year we've worked all right with providing a receipt, you're paid. It's no extra burden on staff. So for me personally, I will not support this change that you don't have to submit receipts. Lisa and I looked, I believe Lisa can correct me, I think at other RMs, West St. Paul is $75 a day. We are following the joint commission rates, and we want one step further and allow this bylaw to combine the rates for a day up to the $109. Like, so you don't pay, you know, breakfast was 24 something, lunch was 24 something. Well, if it's 30, then you take that out of your lunch, as long as the total amount does not exceed $109. So we went one step further on that, but that was on the premise to be accountable for taxpayer dollars to provide receipts. So I don't know if anybody has any more comments, or we can proceed to first reading.
So what is the resolution saying then? Is it saying that it's $109 rate with no receipts? Because that's what we discussed at the committee of the whole meeting last month.
Well, did you read the package? Well, the changes were on there.
I have it. The only thing I have is page 6. Is page 6 of the in red. That is lined out. Is there another?
Page 4 says it's striked out meal and incidental expenses. It says that submitted receipts up to the maximum is crossed out. I note that on the.
Okay, I'm fine with that resolution. Let's
that's
carry on the resolution that's put in front of us. That's
not on the resolution. That's in the bylaw. Councillor Mondor's right. It's on page 4. Mm-hmm. And the amount is on the schedule at the bottom corner. And I believe it's also on, once it's done, right now it's on the bottom of our indemnity sheets, right at the bottom in the left-hand corner. Okay, any more comments? Okay, I'll read the resolution. Be it resolved that council give first reading to bylaw number 4393, being the council indemnities bylaw as presented. I would ask it be as amended to include receipts. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Slyker, seconder. Councillor Fiebelkorn. Any further comments?
Yeah, okay, whatever. This is different than the resolution that was previously written, though, that we discussed at the committee of the whole meeting.
No, you're talking bylaw. The changes are on the bylaw.
But you just mentioned the word about including receipts.
Yeah.
And Councillor Mondor, was that the conversation that you had? That was not the conversation that we had at the committee of the whole meeting.
Okay.
I was under the understanding that at the committee of the whole meeting, we came to the conclusion that we didn't need receipts. And I thought that this was what we were going to be voting on again, was to follow the guideline of the $109 with it broken out for meals without receipts. I thought that we had agreed upon that on our last meeting.
That was at the committee of the whole. We had the discussion on this to provide no receipts. So today it's first reading of the bylaw, which has been amended and it's struck out on page 4 for no receipts.
Right.
So now I put forward a motion that council give first reading to the council indemnities bylaw to amend it to read with receipts.
Okay, I'd like to vote against that motion then, and then put the original motion back on the floor.
Okay, so then we'll be voting now on the amended resolution to remove that you don't have to submit receipts.
Correct.
So we've got Councillor Slyker's the mover, Councillor Fiebelkorn seconded. So all in favor?
With no receipts?
This is voting in favor of the amended resolution that you provide receipts.
Okay,
We're asking
that's not the
Councillor
resolution.
Hunt. Okay. Councillor Hunt.
I'm just a little confused here.
I'm asking for the vote. So
for what though?
Be it resolved that council give first reading to bylaw 4393, being the council indemnities bylaw. Oh, I'm sorry, this should be the motion, not the resolution. To include receipts. So this is the amended resolution. So the bylaw will read to include meal receipts. So who is in favor of including meal receipts?
First of all, I recommend we go back and redo this, because the resolution that we have been reading, the bylaw we have been reading, has that word stricken. So how do we change the resolution halfway through? This is what we have read. This is what we thought we were voting on. And
okay, then
just because someone wants to change the word.
Changing the wording, I shouldn't have used the word resolution. I make a motion that the resolution be reworded to state to include receipts. So I'm making a motion. So Councillor Slyker, Councillor Fiebelkorn, are you still in the mover and seconder on that? You're okay with that motion? So now we'll vote on the motion for the wording on the bylaw to include provide receipts. Is everybody clear on that? What we're voting on is, do you want receipts attached when you submit your indemnity? So all in favor? Okay, so those opposed?
Get your hand in there.
Councillor Mirecki, you're opposed? Okay, so then
yes, he has his hand up.
The motion is defeated. So now
I guess we don't have a indemnity bylaw now.
Councillor Hunt, please. This was a motion. Now we'll do the reading. Be it resolved that council give first reading to bylaw number 4393, being the council indemnities bylaw as presented. Could I have a mover? This is for first reading of the bylaw, so it will state you don't have to provide receipts. So that's Deputy Mayor Doornbos moved it. Who's the seconder? Councillor Hunt. Any comments? All in favor?
I have a question. I have a question for Brent. Are we allowed to do another resolution after a motion has failed?
I don't know what happened to Brent.
Or Lisa?
Right here.
Okay.
I'm right here. As far as I'm concerned, a motion was put forward, it got defeated, and then another resolution was put forward, another motion.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so for this one, we have Deputy Mayor Doornbos, Councillor Hunt. So be it resolved, council give first reading to bylaw 4393 being the council indemnities bylaw as presented. So all in favor? Or we did that. No, Justin, sorry, you voted on the other one.
He can still vote.
See, you interrupted, Laura. One second. Okay, so this is first read. The last motion was defeated. So now this is for the bylaw to state as it is with you don't have to submit receipts. And the mover was Deputy Mayor Doornbos, seconded by Councillor Hunt. So all in favor?
Okay.
And those opposed?
Wait.
Okay, so it's carried. Now, the next meeting will have second and third reading. So that this is just, there won't be any changes. The bylaw will be as it is, as it's been changed, and you don't have to submit receipts. But that'll go through second and third reading yet again. Thank you. Okay, now I lost my agenda. Just a second. Okay, next item is item 8.2, bylaw 4392, outstanding 2023 utility charges to tax rolls. This is the first reading. Be it resolved that council give first reading to bylaw number 4392, being a bylaw to add outstanding utility charges to tax rolls as presented. The bylaw was attached. Did everyone have the opportunity to read this? Okay, could I have a mover, please? Councillor Slyker, Deputy Mayor Doornbos seconds. Any comments or questions? Or Brent, did you want to, or Lisa, did you want to speak to this?
We've seen this at Committee of the Whole. This is added taxes, or added to taxes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Council, do you have any questions or comments? All in favor? Carried.
There we go.
Item 8.3, bylaw number 4390, weed control cost to taxes. This is second reading. Be it resolved that council gives second reading to bylaw number 4390, being a bylaw to add the 2023 weed control charges to taxes as presented. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Hunt, seconder. Councillor Mirecki. Any comments or anybody wish to speak to the matter? Okay, all in favor? Carried. Item 8.4, bylaw 4390. This is a recorded vote. Weed control cost to taxes, third reading. Be it resolved that council give third reading to bylaw number 4390, being a bylaw to add the 2023 weed control charges to taxes as presented. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Fiebelkorn, Deputy Mayor Doornbos. Any comments? And this again is a recorded vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Item 8.5, bylaw 4391, designated officer positions, second reading. Be it resolved that council gives second reading to bylaw number 4391, being a bylaw to appoint designated officers of the municipality as presented. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Fiebelkorn, seconder. Councillor Slyker. It was all attached. Does anybody have any questions? Comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
That is carried. Bylaw number 4391, designated officer positions, third reading. And again, this is a recorded vote. Be it resolved that council give third reading to bylaw number 4391, being a bylaw to designated officers of the municipality as presented. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Mirecki, Councillor Fiebelkorn, any further comments, questions? And it's a recorded vote. All in favor? Carried. Item 9.1, the February 23rd, 2024 check detail report. Be it resolved that council approve the February 23rd, 2024 check detail report as presented. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Slyker, seconder. Councillor Hunt, any comments?
Just that there was one question sent in, but the finance officer is on vacation, so we'll get an answer when he gets back from his vacation.
Okay. No other comments? All in favor? Carried. Next item is correspondence for action. Item 10.1, the AMM Spring Convention, April 9th to the 11th, 2024 in Brandon. Be it resolved that be authorized to attend the AMM Spring Convention being held April 10th and 11th, 2024 in Brandon, and the mayor and CAO be authorized to attend the April 9th session. Could I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor Doornbos, seconder Councillor Mondor. Okay, who will be attending the spring convention in Brandon? Okay, Ken, Councillor Hunt, Councillor Fiebelkorn, CAO, myself, Councillor Mirecki.
That's a yes.
Lori, I'm sorry, Councillor Hunt. Do you have two? We're getting squealing. Do you have usage? You have two iPads going?
Yeah, but I'm only plugged into one with headphones. That's not mine because mine turned off the whole thing and the noise was still going on. So.
Okay, so we have myself and the CAO, Deputy Mayor Doornbos, Councillor Hunt, Councillor Fiebelkorn, and Councillor Mirecki. Okay. So we've got that. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Next item 10.2, Manitoba Good Roads Association Banquet, April 9th in Brandon. Be it resolved that are all the same people going to be attending that banquet on the 9th? That's sort of like instead of their gala dinner. The conventions start, the mayors and CAOs meeting is on, ours is at 3 o'clock on the 9th. And then the Good Roads banquet is that night. So the convention starts at 9 a.m. the next morning on the 10th and the 11th. So I don't know. Normally I would think that council members would drive in for Thursday night. I mean, for the first night on the 9th to be there unless you're leaving at 6 in the morning, 5 or 6 in the morning for the opening of the convention.
Common
Yes,
practice, Madam Mayor, is when it starts at 9 in the morning the next day, that usually with all the other RMs and formerly St. Andrews, people go the night before.
Yes, that's been happening. Councillor Hunt?
Also, I'll be sending out, or it'll be coming soon, it hasn't come out yet, but the AGM for Good Roads is at 3 o'clock on that 9th, on the prior to the banquet dinner. There's an AGM for the Good Roads Association. Starts at 3 o'clock, also at the same hotel that the banquet is at. So that should be out next week, and I'll have it forwarded to all of council. And that's open to all of the RMs.
Okay. Is there election? Do they have elections that year? This year?
They have elections. They have elections every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so who? Okay, I'll get a mover first. This is for the Manitoba Good Roads Banquet on the 9th. So could I have a mover, please?
Oh,
Councillor
right here.
Hunt. Seconder, Councillor Mirecki. So who will be attending the banquet?
You.
I will.
Councillor Hunt, Councillor Fiebelkorn, Deputy Mayor Doornbos, I will be, and Brent, will you be attending the banquet? Okay. And Councillor Mirecki. Okay. So all in favor?
Yeah.
Carried. Item 10.3 EMO 2024 Spring Conditions Seminar, March 6th in Selkirk. Be it resolved that be authorized to attend Manitoba EMO's 2024 Spring Conditions Seminar being held March 6th in Selkirk. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Mondor, seconded by Councillor Fiebelkorn. Who would be attending? The CAO is advised he will be attending. He said the mayors go, so I'll be going, and Jordan, our staff member. Is anybody else wanting to go?
Yeah.
I would like to attend the Zoom one on March the 7th. If I could be registered for that, please.
Okay. Zoom on the 7th. Sorry, I'm taking a little bit longer, but I have to relay all this to Lisa. Or she's here. Okay, so be resolved that Mayor Sul and two admin be authorized to attend the Spring Condition Seminar in Selkirk. All in favor?
Mayor Sul, Mr. Mirecki would like to go too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I missed that.
Okay, so Rob, Joy, Brent, and Jordan. All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Carried. Item 10.4 AMM Manitoba Foreign Direct Investment Seminar, which was held today in Portage the Prairie. I did not go because of the weather, but our CAO Brent went. So be resolved that CAO Brent Linnick be authorized to attend AMM Manitoba Foreign Direct Investment Seminar held today in Portage the Prairie. Could I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor Doornbos, seconder, Councillor Mirecki, all in favor? Carried. Gordon Howard, gala dinner, and sponsorship request. Be it resolved that be authorized to attend the Gordon Howard Senior Center Gala Dinner being held April 20th in Selkirk at the RM sponsor table for $500. Could I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor Doornbos, seconder. Councillor Mirecki, and who would like to attend? My husband and I will be attending as normal. Deputy Mayor Doornbos, we are supposed to be attending?
No.
Councillor Slyker and Councillor Mirecki. Councillor Mirecki or Slyker, will you be bringing your guests?
Ooh. I'm undecided on that right now. If I'm going to be bringing my wife, I will pay for her.
Yeah, it's $40 because there's 8 at a table.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put a question mark, but I have to talk to you because they book. Well, it's a table of 8 anyway. Okay, so all in favor? Carried. Okay, the next item, 11, correspondence for information. Everything is attached. Does anybody have any comments or questions? Okay, we'll move on to item 13, new business, RFD, no parking in boundaries of Clan du Bois. And there was an attachment. Brent, would you like to speak to this?
Yes, Madam Mayor. That's from our municipal safety director. And we're receiving lots of complaints about parking on Main Street in Clan du Bois. And he feels it's a safety concern, and he's brought that to council so he can address it.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, as long as I've been on council, there's complaints on number 9. They're just north of Clan du Bois. This is great. Councillor Fiebelkorn, were you speaking to this? Go ahead.
I was actually surprised that this came forward. I know that this has been some ongoing complaints that I've received myself as well, and looking at the options put forward by Jordan, I would like to put forward the section of Main Street to Tamarack within the town of Clan du Bois on Highway 9. And that stems from complaints of vehicles parked on the highway, obstructing views of drivers that are either coming off of Robinson Street or Municipal Street, and not being able to see the flow of traffic going north and southbound on Highway 9, and some near misses, and hopefully to prevent any future injury to anyone traveling from these roads, whether it's Public Works, the fire department, or the residents for that fact. So I don't want to impede on any of the businesses south of Main Street, the store and the church and all that. I haven't heard of any issues or any concerns from that direction, but in terms of Main Street north to Tamarack, that would be my suggestion.
Councillor Slyker?
I completely agree with Councillor Fiebelkorn. When you look at, we don't want to infringe on the Sunday church, and we certainly don't want to infringe on the store or the ice cream stand. But there are issues once you get past that area. So I 100% support what Councillor Fiebelkorn just proposed.
Thank you. So Brent, you'll pass that info to Jordan. Thank you. So could I be resolved that council approves the placement of no parking signs along PTH number 9 within the boundaries of Clan du Bois? Could I have a mover, please? Or Councillor Hunt, do you have a question?
Just the resolution that you read there, it wouldn't be within the boundaries of Clan du Bois. It would be from Main Street north to Tamarack, because the boundaries of Clan du Bois would take in south of the church, right? As you come into Clan du Bois to you leave Clan du Bois. Am I correct in that? So, like Councillor Fiebelkorn had said, from Main Street north to Tamarack.
Okay. So could we be resolved? Council approves no parking along PTH number 9 in the village of Clan du Bois between Main Street and north to Tamarack. Okay. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Fiebelkorn, seconder, Deputy Mayor Doornbos. Any further comments? All in favor? Oh, Councillor Fiebelkorn.
Just a question regarding the, I guess the signage is, I guess the cost of what that would be, and how that is put forward. That'll be something that will be determined later on in terms of how many signs and the cost and all that.
Well, there's standard spacing between traffic signs, so there'll be no parking signs, and we'll address that in our budget, right? That will come in the budget from within the departments.
Okay, thank you.
Does the province, does the Department of Highways, because it's on number 9, do they cost share or contribute to the cost?
We can always try.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Hunt?
What's happened in the past, I think I know we are responsible for the signs, and highways puts them up because they want it put up to their specifications, like they put signs up on the highways. So we would be charged for the signs, and then they install them. That's the way it's worked in the past anyway. So.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? All in favor? Carried. Next item in camera. Be it resolved that council move in camera at 6:15 p.m. to discuss matters that are in preliminary stages and respecting which discussion in public could prejudice the municipality's ability to carry out its activities or negotiations, as well as legal and personnel issues. And be it further resolved that the members of council agree to keep in confidence a matter that is discussed at a meeting that is closed to the public under subsection 152(3), and that the committee decides to keep confidential until the matter is discussed at a meeting of the council or of a committee conducted in public. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Fiebelkorn, seconder. Councillor Mirecki. So all in favor? Carried. So thank you, Braden. Could you just turn on?
Okay.
Thank you. Be it resolved that council move out of in camera at 6:14 p.m. Could I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor Doornbos, seconder. Councillor Mondor, all in favor? Carried. We have no resolutions from in camera. Next item, adjournment. Be it resolved that council meeting be adjourned at 6:15 p.m. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Mondor, seconder. Councillor Mirecki. All in favor? Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.